Hey guys, welcome back to the Music Hole. My name is Cole, and I'm very excited today because I'm talking about another album from my favorite band of all time, Husker Du. This is New Day Rising from 1985. And Husker Du were extremely influential on the noise rock and alternative rock scene back in the 80s. And in my opinion, singer-songwriter Bob Mould needs to be seen as one of the greatest American songwriters of all time. Their album run from Zen Arcade to Flip Your Wig to New Day Rising to Warehouse Songs and Stories is just unbelievable. There's so many great songs on these albums. But anyway, so I like this album quite a bit. It's got some of my favorite Husker Du songs on it, so I'm very excited to talk about it. But I will say this will be a little bit of a shorter review just because a lot of the songs on this album, it's hard to hear what they're saying, just the way that the album is mixed. You can't really hear what the singer's talking about. So I only have 7 clips for you guys. But anyway, so let's get into it with track number 1, which is called New Day Rising, the name of the album. Let's check it out. Yeah, so obviously I didn't play this song for the lyrics, right? Because he's just saying, New Day Rising, New Day Rising, which is a great melody, but, you know. So anyway, I played this clip to showcase just how great the singing is on this album, just how interesting the effects on the guitars are, and just how good the songwriting is compositionally, in the sense of, like, even when you can't, you know, on half this album, you can't hear what he's saying, but it doesn't really matter because the melodies are so good. Or in this song, where you can hear what he's saying, but it doesn't really matter that it's, you know, a pointless lyric because it just sounds so memorable melodically. So I like this song quite a bit as a showcase for how they basically, in my opinion, are the true origins of punk pop. I mean, it is hardcore punk, but it's basically hardcore punk pop. And in my opinion, they were the best to ever do it, you know, at least back then. So anyway, I like this song quite a bit. But the next track I want to talk about is number 2, which is a favorite of mine. It's called The Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill. Let's check it out. Yeah, oh my goodness, just the sound of this song, the atmosphere is so epic. I mean, this is easily one of my favorite Husker Du songs, even though I will admit that lyrically, it's not much to write home about. I mean, it's not like New Day Rising, where he's just saying the song title over and over. On this song, he's talking about a girl who's basically his booty call, and they have, you know, they're each other's booty call, essentially. And, you know, she's the girl who lives on Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill, I interpret as like, I mean, it could be a place, or it could just be like, she's heaven for this guy because he gets to sleep with her with no repercussions. So it's Heaven Hill for him, you know. So I just love this song as a masterclass of production quality and how to write good melodies and how to have a good vocal performance. Because, I mean, the song as a whole is just total ear candy. I love it. But that's all I can really say about this song. There's not much else to say about it. So let's move on to track number 3, which is my favorite track off the album. Absolutely. It's called I Apologize.
Crazy mixed up lies that floating all around, making these assumptions bring to me down. When you get tight-lipped, how do I know what you think? Is this something I said when I lost my mind? My temper too good makes me blind. I apologize. I apologize.
So now we have Bob Mould singing. You know, this band has 2 singers, and they're both excellent. They both have very unique voices. But again, this song is just a masterclass in songwriting. The melodies are just out of this world. And I like what he's talking about lyrically here. You know, he's talking about basically how people talk about other people behind their back. They start rumors, they make assumptions. And wouldn't life just be easier if you just confronted the person instead of like trying to find out about them behind their back? I mean, it's just a really strange fact of reality that most people feel way more comfortable, you know, gossiping than they do just confronting the person and asking directly, right? It takes a lot of courage to do that. So that's kind of what he's talking about on this song, which I appreciate, you know. But mostly I like this song for its ear candy. It's just an incredible, very memorable song. I like it a lot. But that's all I want to say about it. So let's move on to track number 5 this time, which is another favorite. It's called If I Told You.
If I told you that I wasn't easy, if I told you now would you leave me? I couldn't convince you if I tried. You weren't around the time that I
cried. Again, just amazing melodies. And so this song, lyrically, makes me think of a couple of things. I mean, on one hand, it's a little bit romantic in the sense of like, you know, this guy's in love with his girlfriend, and while she was gone, you know, he missed her terribly. And that's kind of like a basic interpretation of this song. But I like to go a little bit deeper on it. I kind of think of this guy as a little bit of a creep in the sense that, you know, from the way he's singing this song, it kind of sounds like he misses her just a little bit too much. Like maybe he's put her up on this pedestal, and when she's gone for too long, he's just like, you know, really sad and depressed, but to an extreme level, right? So I kind of think of this song as like a guy who's a bit of a creep, who needs to grow up a little bit, you know, who needs to be able to live on his own without just crying all the time. You know, so this song makes me think of all these things. But I will admit that I've been in this guy's shoe before. I've been in his shoes before, in the sense of like, there's been at least one relationship I've been in where I felt that way about my girlfriend, right? And she probably knew that, and that's probably why we broke up, or one of the reasons. But anyway, I like this song quite a bit. Well, that's all I have to say about it. So let's move on to the next track, track number 6, which is called Celebrated Summer.
Well, he was in the air, I call it fire.
Yeah, I love how innocent and nostalgic this song is. I mean, he's talking about a very unique part of everybody's life, which is when, you know, you're in high school or middle school or whatever, and you dreamed of summertime. You know, summertime was your escape from homework and exams and stress. And obviously, you know, once you exit school, you know, high school or college or grad school or whatever, and you become an adult and you enter the workforce, there's no such thing really as summertime anymore. You know, you might have like a 2-week vacation maybe, but in general, the concept of summertime and the fun that you would have during summertime is just limited to the beginning of your life. And it's kind of sad if you think about it like that. You know, it's an experience that you can only have once, really. I mean, for a prolonged time, obviously, you know, for your high school and college years. But after it's gone, and then now you're just an adult. So this song kind of makes me feel very nostalgic, and I like it a lot. But anyway, that's all I have to say about it. So we're going to skip a few songs. Again, as I mentioned, a lot of the tracks on this album are really hard to hear lyrically. They're basically impossible to understand what the singer's singing. So I only have 7 clips. So the next clip is from track 11. So I skipped a few songs. And it's called Books About UFOs.
Sometimes I see her sitting on the rooftop, perched in a long chair, staring into the sky. I know somewhere in some faraway galaxy that's a great man with telescopes that gaze right into her eyes. It's never the same old story to everyone that she knows. She's just sitting in a room reading books about UFOs. Oh, one time, whoa.
So a very memorable song melodically, but what really interests me about this song is it's another kind of innocent sounding lyrical tale. You know, it's about this girl who likes to read about UFOs. But what I actually think about it is I go a little bit deeper on that thought. And it's not that she's just thinking about UFOs, but she's really staring out into the universe and wondering about the universe. And, you know, gee whiz, I wonder if there are aliens out there. And I wonder if those aliens are looking back at me, wondering if I exist. You know, she's kind of having this existential, philosophical moment, is the way I see it, you know. So it's not just like, oh, this girl believes conspiracy theories about UFOs. Like, it's more than that. It's that she is excited by the possibility of aliens and what that might mean, right? I mean, I certainly am in my own life. So I like this song quite a bit on all fronts. It's very cool. But the next track, which is my last clip that I want to talk about, it's another favorite of mine. It's called I Don't Know What You're Talking About.
Surrounded by these four walls. You tell me that I've been around the block, but you haven't seen it all. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. Confrontations every day, argue that we go our separate ways.
Yeah, I love the philosophy on this song. I mean, coming from a college town myself, I can identify with this song quite a bit. You know, because I've run into people, you know, who are like, well, I go to this fancy school and I'm studying this and that, and I got straight A's, so I know what I'm talking about, right? There are definitely people like that. But the song is about being humble, right? It's very important to be humble and realize that you don't know everything, and that basically everyone you ever encounter has information that could be of interest to you. You know, they have experiences from their lives that you've never had, And, you know, at the very least, it'd be interesting to know about them. Or maybe they have some life lessons that you haven't learned yet that they could tell you about. You know, whatever it is. So I like this song. It's about the importance of being humble and knowing what you don't know and embracing that. And also, it's just a really memorable song. But anyway, so that's the last track I wanted to talk about for you guys. Again, you know, the rest of the songs are really good, but it's kind of hard to hear what they're saying, so I didn't want to talk about them. But yeah, if you like hardcore punk music, but with a poppy edge, this is the album for you. It's just a classic album. And as I mentioned, those other 3 Husker Du albums, they're also essential in my book, so check those out too. But anyway, I hope you guys thought it was interesting. You know, feel free to let me know in the comments if you liked it or if you didn't like it, or if you have some interpretations I didn't think about, or whatever. I'll check them out. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helped me out. But yeah, that's Husker Du for you. That's New Day Rising. Check it out and have a good one.